Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our open forum meetings welcome parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make the meeting the best it can be. The Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered. By combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large, we have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone who has been affected by alcohol or drug addiction. Meeting start time is 7 p.m. Please be on time. Please turn off cell phones or ringers to vibrate and refrain from posting on social media. Show respect and courtesy to yourself and others. Please only one person speaking at a time. Please speak loudly so that everyone can hear. Proof of attendance is gladly provided. Please turn in your paperwork prior to the meeting and you can pick it up at the end of the meeting. Honesty is required. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of views on how alcohol and drug addiction has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity, so please refrain from using excessive foul language or language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, disability, to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity for all who are present. If you see a visitor, a new member, or returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please warmly welcome them into our program. Confidentiality is important to us. What you say here will not be discussed outside of the meeting. Please refrain from leaving the meeting while it's in progress because it is disruptive. Smoking or vaping should be done away from all entrances out of respect for those who choose not to partake in that. Do not smoke by the doors and dispense of all trash in a garbage can and don't litter on our premises.
Thank you, Dustin. Who's got the guidelines for living a lifestyle recovery?
Guidelines for living a lifestyle recovery. Recognize that substance abuse ruins lives. Wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. Using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. Defining balance and working toward making it part of everyday life. Building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. Understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. Lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. Learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior. Providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. Recognize personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. Caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. And our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting the lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Thanks, Joe. All right, who's got What Racing for Recovery Means to Me by Kelly Anderson?
What Racing for Recovery Means to Me by Kelly Anderson. R. Respect yourself enough to quit using. A. Accept the challenges that lie ahead. C. Commit to your recovery. I. Include friends and family on your journey. N. Never doubt you will succeed. G. Give yourself credit for your accomplishments. F. Focus on the positive things you want in life. O. Overcome your fears and keep moving forward. R. Remember the reasons you are seeking sobriety. R. Reach out to others to give and receive support. E. Expect holes in the road, choose another road. C. Care for your body. You only get one in this lifetime. O. Open your heart, mind, emotions, and spirit. B. Victory comes from a balanced lifestyle. E. Educate yourself on all aspects of recovery. R. Racing for Recovery saves lives. Y. You will learn that with sobriety, anything is possible.
Thanks, Trevor. All right, it's time for introductions. Here's where we go around the room. You say your name, why you came. You don't have to say you're an active alcoholic if you can't, but it helps you.
My name's Dustin. I'm here tonight because it's Monday and we're ready to start the week.
Hi, I'm Pat. I'm here from Positivity and to see all new friends and old friends and see everybody from their first day till their 8th year or 20th.
My name is Michelle and I'm here to support my son Mike.
My name's Brayden and I'm to support everybody here.
Peer support.
I'm Lance. I'm here for this great recovery.
I'm Fred and I'm here to learn.
Mike, I'm here for support Robert.
Hey, I'm John, here for the possibility.
Brian, stay motivated.
Say, I'm here to listen and learn.
Michael, I'm here to change my life.
I'm Brittany and I'm here because it's a great day.
I'm Betty. I'm here because I need to be.
I'm Dave, I'm here for the strength and to learn.
I'm Tim, and I'm here just to listen tonight.
I'm Larry. I'm here because I enjoy this meeting, as I enjoy all the meetings, and here to listen and give support and get support.
I'm Scott, I'm here for hope and inspiration.
I'm Frank, I'm here for the positivity as well as to give and receive support.
I'm Leanna. I'm here to listen.
I'm Emily, I'm here for the peer support and positivity.
I'm Bob, I'm here to get my week started on a good note.
I'm Colin, I'm here to learn.
I'm Steven, I'm here to stay sober another day.
I'm Deanna. And I'm here because it's Monday and there's no place I would rather be.
I'm Jason, because you guys allow me to be.
Dylan, I'm here to stay sober.
My name's Daryl, I stay because I love myself.
My name's Carl here.
My name's Dan, I'm here to listen.
I'm Gary, I'm Steven's dad. I'm here to give back for all the wonderful things that racing's done for our family.
I'm Debbie, Steve's mom. It's good to see all you guys in person. I've been watching for 6 months in Florida, so keep up the good work. Proud of all of you, especially that guy over there.
I'm here to grow.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm here to listen.
I'm Nick, I'm here because I want to be here.
I'm Sam and I'm here to learn.
I'm Barb. I'm here because I want to be and I need to be. I'm here for positivity and support.
And we're here to participate in my recovery.
I'm Nick, I'm here because I want to be.
I'm Sammy, I'm here, with some issues and enjoy this place and the people that I've met.
I'm Rob, I'm here for the support.
Tiffany, I'm just here.
My name's Joe. I'm here because I want a better life, and I just noticed that my shoulders look nice on TV.
My name's Tim, I also noticed my shoulders look nice on TV, and he encouraged me to come here when we was at church together. So it's my first time here. I'm gonna continue my sobriety.
I'm Andre, I'm here to give support, receive support, and I needed a meeting today.
I'm Ray, I'm here to keep moving forward.
I'm Josh. I'm here to hear some uplifting stuff or stories and move forward in life.
I'm Heather. I'm here to support Chris.
I'm Chris, and I'm here to support Heather.
Steve, I'm here for the positivity and to continue to.
I'm Mike, and I'm here for the support.
I'm Peg. I'm here to support my son Michael and to learn.
I'm Anthony, and I'm here to learn some more things about this book and hear everybody's perspective and see all my friends and just feel the love in the room.
I'm Sarah, and I'm here to listen to a lot of inspirational things, to learn, and I like what the guy over there said, I think it was Brian, to stay motivated, for sure, because I always am whenever I come to these meetings or this building in general. And I don't have my book with me today, but there's a lot of good stuff in this book.
I'm Brittany, I'm here to figure out this whole life thing.
I'm Candace, and I'm here today for an attitude adjustment.
I'm Kurt, I'm here to stay focused on my recovery.
I'm John, I'm here for positivity and support.
I'm Tara, I'm here to listen.
Megan, I'm here because this place gives me something that no other place can.
I'm Des, and I'm here to learn balance.
Randall, I'm here to constantly remind myself why I keep coming here.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeremy Daniels. I'm here tonight, like Monday nights, because we get to embrace this literature.
My name is Sarah, and I'm here to, I don't know.
I'm AJ. I'm here to better myself and take something from this meeting.
Hi, I'm Bree, and I'm here because I needed some positivity in my days.
My name's Jalen, and I'm here because I got a lot of work to do, and I'm working. I'm Dan, here to learn.
Yes, I'm here to listen.
AJ, I'm here to listen and learn. I'm Mike. So many reasons do I come here. I love everybody here. Like, I love this place, and it gives me a lot of hope, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
I'm Troy. I'm here for the connection and because I need to work on myself.
I'm Cheryl, and I'm here to support my son Troy and for the stability and the great people that are helping me through this. So,
I'm Kathy, and I'm here to support my son Matthew and everyone else here.
I'm Matt. I'm here to get my week started on the right track.
I'm Bill. I'm here for support.
I'm Kristen, and I'm here tonight for support and positivity.
I'm Rachel, and I'm here to live a better life.
Hi, I'm Roger. I'm here to support my daughters.
And me?
I'm Joe. I'm here because, goodness, it's part of my routine. It's Monday, and there's no other better way I'd like to start the week.
And I'm Steven. I'm here because this is what I do every Monday, and it doesn't get old. Literally, I look forward to this every single week. Last week was weird because I didn't run the meeting, and my whole week fell off. I was telling someone else about it. I was like, yeah, I just feel weird. It's Wednesday now. I haven't run a meeting yet this week. It's just not the same. So I'm glad to be back. Let's not have any more holidays on Mondays. Let's keep it for like Wednesdays or Tuesdays. That'd be great. But yeah, let's get started. Who's got the answer by Donald D. Carr?
Frank. The answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain, as I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me. Every breath sears my throat. I ache. My body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I'm a human being, full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving. Just show me the way. At last, I reach the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, and looks of trust. And so it begins, racing for recovery.
Thanks, Brian.
You're welcome.
All right, announcements. We got a race coming up. It's in October. You saw that one coming. But literally, it is coming up even closer now, and it's going to be sweet. There's already people signing up for it. If you haven't done it yet, do it. It's going to be so awesome. 5K, 10K is probably going to be a mile walk too, but start training now. It's going to be a good time. We got one book left. Who wants it?
Me.
Okay, cool. Perfect. And as you can see from the introductions, our meetings are for everyone affected by self-destructive behavior. The topic is off limits. If you have a question or something you'd like to discuss, we encourage you to bring it up early so we have time to discuss it. With that being said, does anyone have anything they'd like to talk about before we get started in the book? Anything good? Anything bad? Anything in between? Daryl?
Yeah, I celebrated 5 months yesterday.
Awesome.
Pretty cool. I hung out with the girl and then went to work.
Good celebration. Nice. Kristen?
Never mind.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Now I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We are on page 30 under teachers. Who wants to read? Jeremy.
Teachers. Teachers can be anyone who imparts a lesson that helps you progress in recovery, overcome your past pain, and build a balanced, positive life. They can be ministers and priests, coaches, counselors, mentors, and if you go back to school or take something like a martial arts class, actual teachers. In my book, a teacher isn't necessarily about helping you master a skill. He or she is someone who dispenses wisdom that helps you become more fully the person that you were meant to be. Therefore, your grandfather might also be a wonderful teacher. So might one of your kids. How to make the most out of the teachers in your life. Simple. Pay attention. Great teachers are always given lessons, often by what they do, not what they say. Ask questions. It's a sign of maturity to say, I don't know. Be grateful. You're not entitled to someone else's wisdom. It's an extraordinary gift. Peers. Your peers are often people in recovery. They're the people who understand exactly what you're doing through each day. The cravings, self-hatred, the angry friends and family, the health issues. In the early stages of your recovery, they will be there for you like no one else because they know that getting to that beginning stage takes titanic courage. And that is hard. They get it and appreciate what you're doing. They also know that support is like a bank account. If you make deposits into it, you get to make withdrawals when you need them most. So peers who helps you find a job knows that she can call you when she's tempted to go out for just one drink. Peers often become family. Racing for Recovery is one of the closest, most loving, most accepting families I've ever seen. We all know that we're imperfect and we accept each other because of our flaws. That's the closest thing to grace I've ever experienced outside of church.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Stop there.
All right, there is a bunch of good stuff in there. So who can relate? Who's got something they want to say about that? Deanna.
I was just journaling about the whole teacher thing and like the lesson. So I think like a big turning point for me was like when I stopped, and literally there was a meme about it on Facebook the other day, and it's like, instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Well, why are they doing this to me, or why are they saying this to me, or whatever, it's like, what is this teaching me? And so like, people, a lot of people around me don't even know it, but they're teachers to me. I learn from people good and bad every day. And that has helped me mature, helped me grow, like, where I'm at in my recovery and in, like boundaries and self-esteem. And I've definitely, in the beginning here, had to deal with some doozies, and I learned, I learned a little, every time something was like, I learned a little more self-control. I learned a little, a little more, how to just let people be where they are. It's not my job to decide where someone should be in their life or their recovery or, whatever, and to just appreciate and embrace my peers. And so that's another thing. I've never experienced like this level of like family, so to speak, like how we are here. And I know that, like, if anything, as a matter of fact, I dealt with something about a month ago, and like people who I didn't even realize, were paying attention, and like people I see like only on Thursdays that come to the meetings were, coming up to me and talking to me and hugging me and offering, help, and it was really cool. I've never had that before, and so I attempt to make a deposit every day in my peer bank account. Like it says, and I hope that I do. I genuinely hope that, every day, I do or say something that makes someone feel good about themselves, or, something to that account. Or if somebody ever needs anything or needs to talk, like, I'm here. So, yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Deanna.
Mike, towards the end when I was talking about like Racing for Recovery being a family. It's like since I've been here a couple months and I've been like telling other people about it and like telling my family and friends and stuff, and something that always comes to my mind, or like even to my heart as well, it sounds cheesy but it's very true, is that this place feels like home. And I grew up pretty decent, you know, but as far as like having a community around me that I know I can come to and they care a lot is really powerful, and gives me a lot of hope, like I said earlier. And it's now I feel like I'm starting to turn this, you know, turn this curve to like, instead of being the bad example, like to being the good example, you know, for my daughter and for my peers. And still a lot to work on, but I feel like I'm getting rid of some of the defects and just not so healthy ways of living, and exchanging them for some strength and hope and some courage and just some dealing with things. And I had a rough couple days just emotionally recently, kind of at the start of the weekend. And I threw something up on Facebook. I didn't really want to. I was like, you know, I don't want to be putting negative vibes out there, but I really started struggling mentally, and so I did. And wow, like the support that I got from not just other people, but so many people here. I mean, I couldn't even keep up with like responding to people. You know, it was just incredible, and I've never had that support like I have here. It's completely made a difference of where I see myself going and where like a long-term sobriety, because that's always what I've wanted. I've always struggled with getting 6 months or a year and then just, I don't know, getting complacent or just being bored or whatever, and that's not happening here at all. It's awesome. And also a little bit more just about the teaching real quick is I've gotten to see, with the family aspect of this, I'm getting to learn a lot about how family members are affected and how the hurt affects some of the parents and stuff, and siblings and different things like that. You know, my mom is like really close to me, and she always puts on the smile, you know, like back when it was really bad, she wouldn't really let it out and show how much I was affecting her. Maybe just a couple times it would slip out, but recently I've gotten to know some really cool people, and it's been such a gift and a blessing to see, I guess, the hurt sometimes is a good thing to see and learn about, because it empowers me and makes me want to thrive and live a good life, so that my mom doesn't have to, you know, or my dad or people close to me, my daughter, they don't have to, you know, they can be proud of me, and like I can live a good life and stuff. So awesome program. Thanks. That's all I got.
Thanks, dude.
Jeremy.
I like the part where it says they're the people who understand exactly what you're going through, and then it says the angry friends and family. Like when I leave here usually, when I interact with my family or my ex-fiance or whatever the case may be, the blissfulness that I feel here sometimes is removed, because I'm reminded of my past actions. And if it wasn't for me interacting with people here, cadence that I feel like helps me cultivate what my future should look like, I wouldn't be able to get that blissfulness back. Sometimes losing it to gain it back helps me appreciate it more. You know, my peers are my teachers. You know, if we're in it together with perpetuity or for the same purpose, I think, you know, I lean a lot on my peers. Like today, for instance, I had a one-on-one, and I consider AJ one of my peers, and he gave me advice that probably prevented me from making choices that could have led me back out. And if it wasn't for me leaning on him and using him as a teacher and following his cadence or his advice, I probably would have made some pretty bad decisions. So, you know, I like that part, how leaning on people can really help you get to the next step in your recovery.
Thanks, Jeremy. Joe.
One of my favorite parts about this is also about the peers, where it says that, you know, especially in the early stages of recovery, they'll be there for you like nobody else. And I didn't realize how true that was. I always thought my peers were the people that, you know, when I got out of jail had a half ounce of coke for me for free so I could sell it and get back on my feet, or wanted to give me a gun so I could make some money with it or sell it, or, you know, do something. It's just like people that were excited for me to come up because they knew that they would reap the benefits also. You know, people that really use me. Come to find out, like, yeah, those were my peers in a sense because I was making myself live a lifestyle that I wasn't proud of, but they don't have to be my friends or my peers anymore. And my peers is, one of my specific peers this weekend was going through a really hard time, and that individual literally took my phone from me, you know, so I couldn't do some fucking stupid shit. And like, I am so grateful for that, because like, I probably would have got killed this weekend. And that's been, we talked about it today, about how hard it is to leave that past lifestyle at the door, you know, and walk away from it, to turn your back on it. And that is so fucking hard for me right now. Like, I don't really have a want to get high right now, but I really want to go hang out with the guys. You know, I really want to see what's going on, and I feel like I still owe them a sense of loyalty, and I just feel like I'm so indebted to them. And like, for what, you know, like, none of those guys that really want me to do better with my life or move on. And my mom told me a lot of really solid advice too, that some people don't like to see you do better because it makes them look at themselves, and they're too afraid to do steps it took you so hard to do, and they don't have the courage to make that for themselves. And, you know, I'm not saying that's the case with any particular individual, but if it is, you know, that makes sense. And like, I just can't express how grateful I am to this person, because like, I literally might not sit here right now. And like, my friend Radio, I just seen him today for the first time. Like, he's an amazing fucking dude, you know, for real. He gives some of the best advice I've ever had in my life, and he's got a huge heart. He's always willing to talk to you about literally anything. So like, I'm happy that I get to reestablish a good, positive relationship with him too, that I wouldn't have got to if I fucked around on some dumb shit, you know? Mm-hmm. So like, the peers thing really hits home for me, and like, I'm just happy that I'm living in the hotel with all my peers and creating such a good foundation for really potentially the rest of my life.
Something that really hit home to me is what we've been talking about a lot lately in this building, and it's, for me, I know that I am not who I used to be, and for you, you don't have to be who you used to be. I can be who I want to be now. Before, I was everybody else, and what everyone else wanted me to be. I used to think I could be like a chameleon and just blend in wherever I wanted to go. Any friend group, any group of people I could just adapt to. And I realized while I was doing that, I was putting on different masks, different faces, and I was covering up my own. Until I came here and met a bunch of wonderful people that encouraged me to be myself. That's when I realized that it's okay to be me. And then other things start unraveling, I should say. I didn't have to be a people pleaser, which is something I had a problem with my whole life, is making everyone else happy. And that's what Joe is saying. I think you were saying you wanted to go be with the boys. I had my own friends that weren't the best for me, because it's the bucket of crabs. You know, when you have a bucket of crabs, he talks about in his book, one tries to get out and the other one pulls it back in the bucket. I've had those friends, and I had to let go of those friends. And it doesn't matter how much time you spent with them, how much this, that, or the other thing. If they're not good for you, you don't need them in your life. You should be good to you right now. You don't have to be indebted to someone that's going to bring you down. Because I just recently came to the conclusion that the only person I'm really indebted to is myself. Because I've always been there, and like, my family has been there behind my back too, but at the end of the day, it's just me, and I have to take care of myself. because I'm the only one that can make myself happy. I'm the only one that can keep myself sober too. No one else can do it for me. And with those things, it's empowering. But it's just really hard when there's other people trying to bring you down and that old lifestyle. And it may seem appealing, but what's on the other side, farther down the road, is so worth it. You don't even know what's going to happen, and that's the scary part. And with me, I didn't know, but I took a chance, and I listened to some crazy tattooed guy that does a bunch of endurance races, and I listened to him. He said, just stay sober and come see me next week, so I did. And it worked. It's all right. I'm all right now. And if it works for me, anyone can do it. So with that being said, who's next? Frank. And Megan.
I want to, but like with the teachers, that is true. I've met a lot of people since I've been here, and I consider them, like somebody else said, like peers. And I've learned a lot since I've been here. I just recently dealt with something. I went and checked out the old neighborhood on Friday to see if anything's different. I mean, it was sad to see that nothing's changed at all in almost 7 months. Everybody's still the same back there watching this and that happen. I ain't gonna go into detail and stuff, and I mean, it hurt a lot. And then the way a certain family member acted, you know, when I walked in somewhere, how she reacted to me being gone, you know, and stuff, that was a little upsetting. But I've learned through my peers and stuff like that. That's what, you know, I just pushed it away like it never even happened. If you can't accept me for who I am, I got nothing to do with you. And I learned that here from all my peers and stuff. This is where my family's at. My family's not outside that door. My family's right here, right now. I can talk to anybody in this room, because I never shut up. I had to add that part. That's all I had to say.
At least for being honest here, Frank.
Exactly.
Thanks, buddy.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Megan.
So, I just posted this yesterday, which is really weird that like this is like our topic tonight. So I celebrate 13 months today sober. That's but like I said in my post yesterday, like the reason how I got to this point was like through my sober support, my peers, stuff like that. Like I've had some super, super hard days and super trying days, and like if I sat back and didn't like listen to people and learn from their experiences and stuff like that, just to speak up when I'm feeling a certain type of way or shit's just not going okay, like I would use over it 100%. Like because if I'm by myself and I isolate and I do these things, like get in my own head, and I can talk myself into just about anything. But like going about like the peers part, like these people don't judge me on my past. They judge me for like who I am today, and that's like a like really, really, really awesome quality to find in people. People that judge you on your actions and who you want to be and who you want to become, and you know, rather than, well, this is who you were for so many years and this is who I'm going to base you off of and stuff like that. But they also teach me a lot of things too. They allow me different perspective. They allow me like to take a step back and like recognize where I'm in the wrong sometimes and a lot of times, and they're good at it, and they're not like afraid to like tell me to do shit. Without, you know, like they're not scared to like hurt my feelings, and that's what I need in my life. I can't have people that are like want to tiptoe around me. That's why I am the way I am. So, shout out to me.
Thanks, Megan. Kristen.
So my heart is filled with real gratitude because of everyone in here, the support and love that I received from after my surgery, even before the surgery, but really after the surgery. I didn't have my family there, and the blood family never showed up, and it meant the world to me to receive those cards. You guys really are my real family, and I learned something new every day from one of my peers, And two things that stick out is today, well, one thing today that I learned, it was from AJ. I don't know where he's at, he's in here somewhere. But, he said that he writes down words of like, of who he wants to be, or like words like probably, and then he looks them up. And, I thought that was really cool because that, I'm so lost in finding my way right now. And I know what I like and how I would like to be. So I thought that that exercise that he's doing is amazing. So that taught me something super cool today to help me. AJ, you helped me to kind of go on to the next step of finding myself. And then another recently, Desiree said that when she has to question something, she would say, what would my mom say? Or what would my mom do? And my mom passed away, but she was my best teacher. And I want to be like her. So I just ask sometimes, what would you do? What would you say to me right now? So, sorry I'm emotional. But thank you everybody for the love and support.
Welcome. All good, Kristen. Thank you. Jason.
It's funny like when I check my ego and when I humble myself, teachers appear all around me. When I'm willing to learn, the teacher appears every time. I had a good conversation with Megan yesterday, and I had a good conversation with my wife, and both these leaders are a lot younger than me, but I'm learning from anybody I'm willing to, and that's a decision for me. And it's all about keeping my ego in check and being teachable. My wife is an amazing person, and it's not, I'm not just saying it because she's my wife, it's just because she's a super amazing person. She passed me by far maturity and emotionally and everything a long time ago. I've always been we're just talking about this in IOP. I'm a pretty aggressive, and I have like this dominant personality, but I've always taken it to a superiority. And especially like at home, like I have to be the boss at home, and I gotta make all these decisions. And it's a bunch of horse shit. In reality, it's all horse shit. When I let that go, and I allow people to be people, and I really like the piano said, I allow my wife to be my wife and my children to be my children. They teach me every day. And the joy and the humility and the love and the true, genuine themselves they can be when I'm not being a douche. Reality. It's awesome. My life is like, it's funny. I've been here since January. It's a short period of time, but I'm so much further than I was after having, over 9 years sober. Emotionally, I'm more sound. Forgiving, loving, and appreciative of the people that have actually stayed in my life. Like if my wife if she did to me what I did to her, there's no way in hell I would forgive or even stick around. And she's came around. My kids, they love me unconditionally, and I have not been the father of the year by no means. I'm glad I took a chance on myself and Racing for Recovery and the people that have been here. Like I've always been so judgmental, and I've lost so many opportunities to learn from people because I thought I knew everything, and that's a horrible place to be. I hear all the time you can't pour from an empty cup, and I was an empty cup for years. I ran off of self-will, and I was alone a lot. Even being in a room full of you people, I'd still be alone. It says about putting that money in the bank, that recovery bank. That is so true. It's like the conversations you have with peers, and 3 days go by and you're feeling crappy and you heard somebody actually wrote a gratitude list in IOP and you're like, and that shit worked for them. And you could tell when they got out of that funk and say, okay, now I can apply that to my life. You know what I mean? I can actually do something somebody else did. And that's because I stopped and I actually was involved and I was 100% present in what they were saying. I wasn't just yawning, I'm just kidding. No, it was funny. No, seriously, on a serious note, it feels good to be present. It feels good to be engaged in my recovery. It feels good to really know what humility looks like on me. I know what it looks like on other people, but actually what it looks like on me, and to actually feel to slow down, shut up, and actually like really be engaged in that conversation and not thinking of the next thing I'm going to say, but listen to what they're saying, and not judging them because what goofy shoes they have on or where their hair is sticking up or what, you know what I mean? It's just like, well, I mean, that's where I was. I'm just being honest. It's a lot less work. It's a lot less work, and there's a lot more smiles, and I'm trying to like explain exactly what I'm feeling. It's like I stopped fighting. I don't know if you can relate to that. Like I've stopped fighting. I'm not that internal struggle. I was a dude, you'd sit next to a street light and I'm screaming at somebody that's not in the car. You know what I mean? I'm like full conversation nuts. I haven't did that in 6 months, and that's really nice. And I used to think the best conversation was with myself, and I found out that's not true. So, yeah, with that, I always like when we read out of literature. Any kind of literature is always enlightening, and I'm glad that I was able to participate in my recovery today.
That's awesome.
I got a spoon in my hand. Thanks, Joe.
Not okay with you.
When
Andre.
it comes to peers, first thing I think of is peer pressure. Growing up as a teenager, if you wanted to be a part of that, peer pressure was always there. But now when I think of peers and my recovery, there's so many different aspects of it, especially since I started coming here, because I still do the 12-step program in AA. But this place is kind of different only because when I see people come in here, I mean, I've seen some people that really look so beat up. And after 3, 4, 5 months, I mean, it looks so much healthier. There's so many different things that you'd actually see as you just get to know people around here. The peer pressure for me that I like from this place is my accountability. The peer pressure that I have from my closer friends is they call me on my bullshit. The peer pressure that I have come to respect is my ability to ask for help. That is something that I've never used to do, not at all, because of the way I was raised. And I had to come to the realization that if I don't ask anybody for help and I'm always giving help, I'm not giving that person the opportunity to feel good about themselves and helping somebody else. Plus the fact that when you ask somebody for help in these rooms and they come to help you, you get to know them a little better. So you're not sitting in a room, discussing like a topic. You're getting more personal with them. You sit and spend time with them. And so when I hear everybody says they're so, I don't want to say dependent on IOP and everything here, what happens when you get away from here and you got no support from the outside world? So you got to get some kind of foundation. I think somebody used the word foundation from your peers in here. So when you do get out there and get in the real world, you got somebody to fall back on. You know, there's a person that was in this program and they left for a little while and they came back, and I would just periodically just call them just to let them know that I was still coming here and I just wanted to see how they were doing. And when they came back here, man, I was so happy to see how focused they were on that. And it wasn't just for me, it was like, I was happy for him that he found his way comfortable enough that he could come in here, you know, embarrassed or whatever, and still face up and have friends in here just go, we don't care about you being embarrassed. I'm just glad that you're back here and you're trying to save your life. So the peer thing is a really important part of my recovery. Even with my family and my siblings, my closest friends, people that I just met recently. Somebody that comes over to your house and brings you food, when you saw them when they first came in here and they looked like they didn't have any hope, and all of a sudden I've gotten close enough to that person, they want to come and bring me food because they know I'm kind of down in the dumps. You know, that she was talking about gratitude and being thankful for the cards and stuff. When you're down, man, and people come through for you, there's nothing like it in the world. Nothing like it in the world. So you just have to reach out, open up. You don't have to be friends with everybody in here, but if you trust somebody and you find somebody that you can, you know, cling on to, if you like what they're saying, like what they're doing. I remember my buddy Frank, when he first came in here, his personality is 150% different from 6 months ago. He knows that I know it. You know, I don't know, I like seeing people grow. I like to grow. So I like to give support, receive support, and remain teachable. That's all.
Thank you.
These are two great topics, like teachers and peers, because I'm right there with you, Jason. When I let my ego get too big, I'm my only teacher and I know everything and I know all the answers. And then while I know all the answers, I'm digging myself in a ditch. But it's awful. When I let go of my ego and I let go of like, I know everything and I'm right about this, anyone can teach me anything. It's remarkable because I just have to give it out to the people that deal with me on a daily basis, like my girlfriend, my close friends, and my family, because they've seen me be a complete and utter asshole sometimes, and that's when I have that ego, like I know everything. But when I actually learn from them, I feel so much better. I don't know, it's like cleansing to learn something from the people around you that you're around every day. It's like I just have to open my ears up a little bit. And the negative peer support that Andre was talking about, I feel like I have positive peer support here. People around me, it's like, they're not going to tell me like, hey, I bet you won't do this and something bad's going to happen. They're like, hey, I bet you won't keep working on yourself and you'll get better. I don't know, it's different. It's a different vibe around this place. And yeah, we can still do stupid stuff in recovery, but we're here having a good time and you're close-knit group of friends, you've got each other's backs, and that's what the peers come into place. I just think the peers are the people that I was getting messed up with. The peers are the people that have your back, that are calling you on your shit, that are, I don't know, the accountability thing. Because the tiptoeing around my friends my whole life about just trying to impress people and not calling them on their shit because they're trying to lift each other up, that's something I wasn't used to. And when I started, I was getting really butthurt. That like people are saying like, hey, you better watch yourself. I'm like, what? I know everything though. But it's just an interesting new way to live. It's a lifestyle, and I love it. That's why I love this place. And everyone teaches me everything here because I respect you guys. So thank you, Jeremy.
On the topic of teachers, the way I was kind of perceiving it is that it kind of reinforces why it's so important to kind of move with integrity, because you kind of never know who's watching. So I just wanted to point that I kind of got that out of that paragraph. It's important for me. I never know who's watching. So I mean, I can sit in here all day and say what I want, but it's when I leave that room that the real integrity comes through. And then on this part where it says ask questions, it's a sign of maturity to say I don't know. Ego was the biggest thing, and I struggle with it still. I'll probably struggle with it to the day I die, but if I can progressively be objective about it, progressively getting better, I could intellectualize my way out of any situation, so I thought. Jason said it perfect. you know, I would sit here and judge people. The worse I am spiritually, the worse off I am in my head, and the worse you are to me. And I kind of woke up like that today a little bit, and I was an IOP, honestly, and I was like, that's a whole other topic. But it's just good to stay humble. It's good to say I don't know. That's something recent I've done. In my adult life, I've never done that. You know, even if I don't know the answer, I'd argue with you because my fuck, I'm right. You know, so I just like that part because it's you know, letting go. I learn more from the people I never thought I'd learn anything from.
I really like how Andre also said, what really matters is the time spent away from here. I always heard before, you're here for an hour in a support group meeting, but it's the other 23 hours in the day that really matter, because this place brings, at least to me, a vibrant, just like, euphoria just being in this room. I just feel so good, but then it's taking away from here and taking it home, taking it to work where you don't get along with your coworker. I mean, like, my life's great, but can't run into that. I'm talking about, I'm joking. Not every day's perfect, and when you're dealing with people, sometimes they get on your nerves. That's when you really have to like dig deep and be like, hey, this is what really matters. The stuff that I learned in these rooms is what I have to take away from it. Go to work, go to school, go home. And when people aren't watching, exactly what you said, that's when it really matters. So, thank you. Who's got something? We got some more time. Pat.
Like I said, I've been coming for 6 years, and I've seen many people come in and leave, come back and leave. But Stephen, you and your parents are absolutely remarkable in how you've accepted and worked in this program. When you first came in, you didn't say a word. You were scared. You were hurt. And your parents were there for you. We all were there for you. And I am so proud of you to know that you have 4 years. It's so wonderful to come to this place, even though I don't have an addiction. I have people in my family. I can have the worst day in the world, and I can come here, and somebody says, hi, Pat, how are you? You know, I can walk in my neighborhood, and nobody say hi to me. You know, even my family, you know. But you come in here, and believe me, this is the place to come. And Stephen, you have just overwhelmed me with your gratitude and what you've done here and what your parents, how they have established themselves and helped you as well. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing when you see families support people. And those of you who don't have family to support, there are those of us who are here. And I just want to tell anyone who's even got a day, just keep it up, because it makes an old lady feel very, very good to see someone do what you do and to come in here and say hi. So I'm so proud of you.
You were wrong about one thing, Pat. You're not an old lady. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. I'm not very good at compliments and stuff, but thank you. So, does anyone else have any closing thoughts? No? Who's got the autobiography? Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Autobiography in 5 short chapters. 1. I walk down the street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk, I fall in. I am lost, I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. 2. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it, I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. 3. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. 4. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. 5. I walk down another street.
Thanks for coming, everyone.